and they heard that you were giving away a free board. So, oh, see?
Do you want to know our latest technology, or do you want to know what we do? I mean, we have a routing backbone for AOIP.
Boards.
Okay, so if I show you boards, do you want to see the physical boards or what the market is moving to?
You want to see the future, or you want to see the past?
Well, it's not really the past, it's current, but they're moving to basically glass consoles.
Ooh.
Okay, so all your mixing is done on your phone or your iPad.
Oh, that's what you mean by glass console.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right. So we do still have physical consoles, and it's all done. Basically, they're a keyboard and mouse. That's really what they are, and they tell mix engines what to do. But the newest thing is basically moving everything in the virtual world. So let's move right over here, and we'll kind of go over this. So our physical consoles have been around for eons and eons and ages, and they've developed from analog consoles going to digital consoles, and then they went to what we call control surfaces. And a control surface is no different than a keyboard and a mouse for a computer. All the horsepower of the computer is in the computer, and all the console is now doing is telling that computer what to do. So the biggest reference is it's a keyboard and mouse, because there's no audio going in the computer anymore. I don't have them on this side, but all the audio goes through what we call blades. So, and those are on a network, on an IP network. So it's AOIP audio. So what we've done now is all stations, or a lot of stations, are flipping from having a physical console, which you go touch and feel, we still make those, you can go touch and feel those, to going to what we call a virtual console. And the virtual console is basically what we call glass, because it uses a screen of some sort. And the screen is either a computer, or your phone, or your tablet, or a Mac, or a laptop, or however you can get access to that browser. Okay, so this is a browser. What do you mean a browser? So what happens here is we have servers. We have 5 servers down here. There's 3 here, and there's 2 more on the other side. And these servers are Linux-based now. And what we do now is our AOIP network. Look at this. All right. So what this is this is an AOIP network, and this is connecting all of our AOIP devices. This right here that you're seeing is our system. So the system is all those AOIP devices that all make noise or indoor outputs are showing you what all those devices are. And what you're seeing here is all your consoles and mix engines. Now this one right here is a physical console, and that is located in the very far corner of the booth, and that's about a $47,000 console. So, but what happens is with these consoles is they're very big, and they have a lot of faders, and they have a lot of maintenance, and parts break, and what happens with space means more square footage. Square footage costs money, and it's always in that one spot. So what the industry is starting to lean to is we want things virtually done, and we want things easily accessible either internally or externally. So, because working from home now is something that you can do. So we can create a show from home, or maybe the studio's taken and you need to spin up a mixer in a small little studio over here. So we have the capability to do that now. So what we do now is we have this product called Manage. And Manage is a device that allows us to create the Docker in the server, our hardware or third-party hardware, that creates the mix engine platform for us to spin up virtual consoles. So once I got this done, I'm able to then go ahead and choose, these are called tiles. A tile is the type of mixer you want to use, and we have 4 of those. We have one that's a television console, so it's very sophisticated with a lot of faders, a lot of subgroups, masters, 5.1, etc. We have a radio one that's called our LXE-V, which is our virtual LXE on the Layers platform. That is something that you'd see in larger type of formats, talk radio, sports radio, New York City stations. It's a larger, more sophisticated console. Then we have what we call our VML, which is a more simple layout that still has a lot of power mixing. And then we have our utility farm, which are these small little mixers that you can create like intercom mixes or background mixes, so you can bypass consoles in very simple form of mixing. Okay, so I'm gonna launch our VML. What the VML is this can be as small as 1 fader, as big as 24 faders. All right, and this has your 4 mix buses, your mix minus buses. It can have any source on the entire network on any fader. This is on a HTML5 tab, which means once I give you the URL of this, which is 192.168.87.41 port 811, you enter that on your phone, browser, Safari, or Chrome, or whatever you have. You enter that on there, and this mixer will come up on your phone, as long as you're connected to the network or have a port into it. So now you can create your mix sitting on your couch, or you can create your mix in another studio if one's been taken. The other thing you have with this is called WebRTC. And WebRTC is a license that you pay for, and that allows you to monitor the audio through the speakers of your device. So now whatever you're mixing, I can listen to it back through the web stream. We also have what we call Web Contributor, which if you create a mix on here, you want to send this mix back through that WebRTC, you can contribute that mix back into the system. Okay. So this makes this mixer available not only internally of the building, but also externally in the building. The next thing that we have is taking what's, I don't want this one, sorry. Taking our larger form console and putting it on here, and this is our LXE, this is our flagship Surface, and you can see the difference between the physical console over there and the console here. All that is different on this is a minimum of 1 fader to a maximum of 32 faders. But with this console, we have a lot more going on. We have 4 buses for mixes. We have 4 mix minus buses. We have 4 aux buses for submixes. We have EQ and dynamics. We have a bus minus for every fader. We have configurable colors for all your buttons with configurable buttons completely, so you can make any button anything you want. We have profiles for users, and again, this is HTML5, so you can put that on any phone or any tablet or any device. So it's just a larger format mixer to do more complicated shows, especially during election times or when you got to do remotes or you have a large call-in show. This just handles more when you got to throw something at a console. This will handle it more. And then our last console we have is our Strata V, and this is for our TV people. So television can actually run the Surface virtually in the background and have their video automation control this console. So a lot of times at TV stations now you don't have a console operator except in the remote trucks. At the actual stations, this just runs in the background and the video router controls this console. And if somebody has to override something, they got an interface to do so. But again, it's glass. The physical console for this is right there. So the big thing that the advantage of this is it's all on a server. You got one mix engine for multiple platforms. You have multiple tiles for different types of mixing uses, and then you also have a cost savings from physical faders and maintenance to possibly replacing a tablet or a computer. And then the overall cost of the product from going from a $85,000, $90,000 physical console going to something that's in the $40K range, and it performs the exact same functions.